Tonight, the second night of Chanukah. Chanukah is a beautiful holiday here in New York City, obviously. It's in our face, it's everywhere, every single lobby, every corner. Everything is has almost equal footing. The few defeated the mighty, the many, the good defeated evil. And I think it's very apropos for this gathering here tonight, because in your profession, as journalists, each one of you has a unique and probably oversized ability and responsibility compared to the rest of the population in terms of being able to light a candle and to shed some light and to brighten an issue that otherwise may be ignored, or some people who otherwise may be ignored. And you have the ability to influence others, an ability to spread the light, so to speak, to turn on the lights for others, and to really help others. So I think Chanukah is an extremely appropriate holiday and a very special time for members of media, journalism, and the like. I invite everyone to actually come light a menorah. In addition to lighting menorahs here tonight, we also have menorahs for when you leave, for you to take to your home if you need a menorah, or if you have a colleague or a friend who may need one. Please avail yourself of that on your way out. And we would like to call upon Robert Roth to come and lead us in the menorah lighting, and afterwards everyone else can come and light their own menorah as well.
V'al haniflos, v'al hatshuot, v'al hamilchamos, she'asisa lavoseinu, hazeh al yedei kohanecha hakedoshim.
In conceiving of the Light Award, as my brother Levi was saying earlier, you guys are the ones who shed the light in a dark world, and society at large is thankful to every one of you for that. Especially when we light our Chanukah candle and we talk about going out to the world and publicizing the miracles through the Chanukah menorah, through the Chanukah candles. A little light shed so much darkness. We thought that it would be appropriate to give the award of light to a journalist, and we'll start doing this, please God, each year. And some of you may have read a few months ago about an extraordinary story whereby it was discovered that all kinds of Nazis are still receiving, even those who have been expelled from the country, are still receiving their Social Security benefits. And there was a tremendous cost to the country, society, and obviously morally this is a huge result of years of sleuthing by our very own Randy Herschaft, from the Associated Press, who's part of the investigative unit. I remember Randy 25 years ago laboring in the library of the Associated Press quietly. He continues to do his work quietly, but somehow he gets everywhere one needs to go to ferret out the stories about terrorism, all kinds of things related to Israel. Before the Social Security story, he and his colleagues, I think he was the main one, found a person living in Minnesota who's actually a Nazi who was involved in raising full villages, and right now Germany is in the middle of investigating that. Randy's stories about the Social Security brought about, right now as we talk, we were hoping maybe Mati would bring back information about this. It seems not yet, but there was a bill sitting on President Obama's desk probably one of the fastest bills that have ever cleared unanimously through Congress. It's literally called the No Social Security for Nazis Act. Is that the right name? Yeah. Literally, and it's sitting on the president's desk now to sign, and that's all thanks to Randy's efforts. Randy has under his belt a tremendous amount of stories, many before he became part of this official investigative unit, where his name is not there at all. This is also before the Times, and all that kind of stuff said there's no such thing as not having a name there. However, at this point, thank God, those who need to discovered his immense talents, and I think we're all grateful to him for shedding this light. And on behalf, I would say, of all of us here, and many of us who are not in this room, and all of us at Chabad.org and the Chabad Lubavitch Media Center, where's Chaim Landa? Some of you may speak to him on the phone, Mendel Chanukah, others here from Chabad.org and from the Media Center. On behalf of all of us, I'd like to present the Light Award to Randy. I'll take it out of the... Okay, even though I'm shorter than you, Randy, if I stand on the chair, I'll be allowed to open. So here is the Light Award. Very simple. Randy Herschaft, the Associated Press, Chanukah 2014. A flame, a clear flame, representing the transparency that he and all of you work so hard to. Here you go, Randy. Let's call up Tammy. Can we call you up? Randy's wife, Tammy. Sorry.
Smile.
Tammy, can we come? You want to give the?
I'll give the video.
Why don't you give the video to someone else? And here we go. Randy and Tammy, Mazel Tov to you for receiving the Light Award. Chanukah 2014.
Thank you for your very generous words. It's truly a great honor being a recipient of the Light Award. Let me just get the thank yous first, and my thank you to Zalman and to Mati and to Chabad.org. And to all of you journalists who are passionate about your work, to my wife who's been patient and with me working long hours of the night, and with this Nazi Social Security story, it's a pretty amazing story, because it's a story that the government didn't want to be told. I came across documents at the National Archives in 2011 that were critical of the Justice Department making these deals with these Nazi war criminals and allowing them to retain Social Security benefits, when the law says that when one is involved in Nazi persecution, that's automatic grounds for one's Social Security benefits to be terminated. So the mandate of the government and the law is to terminate benefits for these for those that were involved in Nazi persecution. But what the government was doing, they were allowing these individuals to quietly leave the country and promising that they would be able to keep their benefits, Social Security benefits, skirting the intent of Congress and basically, moral decency. So after our story was published, there was like immediate outrage, and both sides of Congress, there was a bipartisan support where there was unanimous support for this, and the bill is on President Obama's desk, and I was hoping to bring you good news tonight on the second night of Chanukah that he would have signed it, but I think we're close to getting it. But it was a loophole in the law that the government took advantage of to allow these people to leave quietly, and in some cases they didn't inform the countries where these people were going to. Under the law, the government is allowed, or the OSI has a special, the Department of Justice has a special exemption under the law to withdraw records that they feel that would interfere in their work. So they have withdrawn a lot of these types of records that discuss what their program is vis-a-vis getting rid of Nazi war criminals. So there are thousands of documents that have been withdrawn that are still, in the darkness where the public doesn't know about. So there's a big issue of, even today there's a big issue of government accountability and transparency. The Social Security Administration has resisted all our attempts to quantify the program. How many Nazi war criminals did they paid social benefits to through the years, and how much they paid? We've been able to come up with a figure, but they're resisting our attempts to get the actual truth of the scope of the program. When we've made FOIA requests, they've changed the language of our FOIA requests so that they wouldn't have to give us what we were asking for, and the AP lawyers are appealing this. But one other thing I'd like to say is that I work with very talented professionals at the Associated Press, and I share this award with all my colleagues and all these stories. It's not a one-person operation, as you all know. It's a collaborative effort, and everyone deserves a shout-out. It's just awesome being in your presence, because I know how great you all are, and devoted and passionate you all are in your work. And hearing all your stories and seeing all your work has been very inspirational for me over the years. So I'm deeply appreciative of that. And Chag Sameach.